Hello, boys and girls. Welcome once again to Storytime with Grandma Pat. Today, our story is called 3 Feet Small, and it was written by Michael J. Rosen, and the illustrations were done by Valerie Gorbachev. And this is what our book looks like. Can you see it? Okay. Let's see now. In the middle of everything big, I'm short, and everyone else seems tall. I'm under, not over. I'm down low and not high. But I'm ready for growing, and I'm wondering, when? What if I'll always be just 3 feet small? And here's our little friend. And he is smaller than everyone else. My school is for giants. Everything's high. I still need the step stool when I want a drink. And here he is, he's at school, and everyone is taller than he is. And there he is standing on the step stool. Do you have to do that when you go to school? You have to stand on a step stool so you can get a drink of water? I can't reach the coat hook or my hat on the shelf. I can't touch the floor when I sit at my desk. I can't, and I want to be big so I can. And here he is. See his little feet? He can't touch the floor. He can't reach his hat. It's on the shelf. Everyone's big, and he's small. Let's see what happens to our little friend. Our kitchen's for grown-ups. I can't see in the sink. I can't see what's cooking without jumping to peek. The ice cream's too high in the freezer to reach. Here he is again. His sister's tall enough to open the freezer and take out the ice cream, but he can't. His mom and dad, they're big and tall. I still need a booster seat whenever I eat. Do you have to have a booster seat? Mom has to stack pillows up to sit you in the chair to eat at the table with everyone else. Well, our little friend, he's feeling like he's so small, so he says, I'm 3 feet small. I'm even too small when I go outdoors. I try to help Dad, but the rake bumps my chin. I can't push our wheelbarrow. I can't pull the hose. Even our roses are too tall to smell. I hate being little. I've been little long enough. And here he is. He's trying to help his dad, but the wheelbarrow's too big, or is he too small? And the hose is so big and powerful, it just throws him all around. But when Grandpa came over and swung me up high, he told me, you're getting too big for this. Next time I come, you'll have to swing me. I knew he was kidding, but that made me think, am I growing? A little, but maybe can't tell? And here he is. His grandpa threw him up in the air, and he's about to catch him. But I don't think your parents should throw you up in the air. You might fall. They might drop you. Let's see. Today, when I rode on my tall uncle's shoulders, we came to a doorway, and I had to duck. Let me see you duck down. If our house didn't shrink, then I must be growing instead. Look. Do you remember your dad carrying you on his shoulders through the house? And when you got to the door, you had to hold your head down just so that you could go through the doorway. Well, there was a time when he didn't have to duck his head, and he was much smaller then. So now our little friend must be growing, but he just can't tell himself. I went swimming this morning by the deeper end rope, and when I stood on my toes, my nose wasn't under the water. When I dried myself off, I was as long as the towel. Hey, look, everybody. There's more of me to see. He's beginning to feel really proud. You see him there in the water? He's got his nose up high in the air. And before, when he'd get in that end, he would be under the water. You don't want to get in the water that's too tall for you, and you only go to the water with your mommy and daddy. But look at him. He's drying himself off on the towel, and he's as long as the towel. So he's feeling really good about now. My mom took me shopping. I need some new clothes. I'm on the last hole in my favorite belt. My ankles poke out of my pajama pants. My sort of new sneakers, they already pinch. I can't zip my boots that used to be loose. I have to be growing, and wait, there's more proof. And here he is. He's getting bigger and bigger. Or are things getting smaller and smaller? Let's see. I don't need a grown-up to help me swing a bat. I can pick up a baseball with only one hand. Before, the baseball was too big for him to pick up with his little hand. And now he can hold the bat all by himself. My dad raised the seat of my two-wheeler bike, and I'm wearing Mom's helmet since my old one's too tight. Maybe I'm big enough now for a skateboard like the older kids ride. So you see, he is growing, but he just can't tell himself. But his clothes are getting smaller. His shoes are getting smaller, and his head is getting bigger. Now, let's see. I jump on our scale. I've gained 3 pounds. And our chart on the wall shows I've grown a whole inch. I'm taller right now than ever before. All along, I've been growing, but just didn't know. Here he is. Does your mom have a chart on the wall so that you can stand there and she can measure it off just to see how tall you are? If you don't have one, Mom, you should get one. Now, let's see. I'm a little less little, a little more big. I can't wait for the day when I'm all grown up. I'll be big in the middle of everything small. I guess I'll get there a little bit at a time. So, boys and girls, even though you can't tell that you're growing, if Mom puts the chart on the wall, she can show you that you're growing. And whenever you get new shoes, it's because your feet are getting bigger. When you get new clothes, your body's getting bigger. When you get a new hat, your head is getting bigger. So don't worry about being 3 feet small, because you are growing and you'll be real tall. All right. Thank you, boys and girls. Our story today was 3 feet small. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye, boys and girls.